back to my channel. So in this video here, I'm going to be doing another easy crock pot recipe. I just decided to go ahead and try this recipe. I've already got the stuff for it, and I've been thinking about doing it for a while now. I just never really got the chance to do it. So let's just go ahead and jump right into this video with everything that you will need. Okay, so this here is everything that you will need for this. I am going to try my best to make it as quick and easy as I possibly can. So you will need your crock pot. Obviously, you're going to need pork chops. I am using pork tenderloin. That is pretty much like the same thing as pork chops, as you guys can see right here. I don't know how many of these will fit in to my crock pot, but I'm going to try to make the whole pack. You're going to need some black pepper, some salt, and then your choice of barbecue sauce. I am using the Bullseye Hickory Smoke barbecue sauce, and then the Open Pit brown sugar and bourbon. So that is the barbecue sauces I'm using, because the reason why I'm using those is because I ain't got none of the Sweet Baby Ray's original. All I've got is the spicy. So this here is everything that you will need. So let's go on into getting this put together and getting it started cooking. Okay, so obviously the first thing you want to do before you even touch that meat is wash your flanges. So I'm going to go do that, and I'll be right back. Okay, so now I've got my pork chops and a cutting board laid out here. The reason why I'm going to be using a cutting board is so I can lay my chops down on it and season them before I get them into the crock pot. The only seasoning I'm going to be using is salt and pepper, and that's it. So let's do it. Okay, so I am just opening up the package right here. Like I said, I don't know how many is going to fit into my crock pot, because these are pretty good size tenderloin chops. So I mean, you guys can just see, like, they're pretty thick. So I'm gonna lay them down right here, and they're still frozen in the middle a little bit, but that's okay, we'll just work with it. So I'm just going to try to get them all to fit. That's way I ain't like wasting none, and this way every one of them will be cooked at the same time. Okay, so I'm gonna get these all laid out and salt and pepper them, and I'll be right back. Also, I forgot to mention, you do want to season both sides of them so they will be evenly coated with seasoning. So I'm gonna go ahead and season them, or not season them, but put them on here, and I'll show you guys the rest. Okay, so as you guys can see, my chops are all laid out here. Now it is time to salt them. I'm not going to do a whole lot of salt. You just want enough to give it that texture, a little bit of seasoning. So I'm not doing a whole lot more than that. So there's that side. Now it's time for the pepper. So like I said, you don't want to over season these with salt and pepper. So you just want enough to give it a light dusting, just like that. So now we're going to flip them over and do the same concept. I know some of my chops are laid out on my counter, but I did clean the counter before I laid them down there. So okay, so same concept, just enough to give it a light coating, so they will be seasoned just a tiny bit. And then now in with the pepper. Now I've been planning this certain recipe for a little while. I just didn't really have time to do it. So now I got them all seasoned. Let's dive into the crock pot. Okay, so now I have my crock pot laying here, as you guys can see. So now I am going to add one full thing of barbecue sauce down here. So let's just go ahead and do this. Now, like I said, I don't know how well this recipe is going to turn out or not, because I've never made it before. So this is the hickory smoked. So I'm just going to pour that. Well, I'm not really going to use the whole container unless I absolutely want to, which his crock pot's pretty big, so I'm going to have to. So, and then for like the excess that's in there, get just a little bit of water. Okay. Okay, so as you guys can see, I emptied that bottle. Okay. Okay, since you got your barbecue sauce in there, as you guys can see, now I'm going to put my chops in there, and I'm just going to rub them in the sauce, as you guys can see. So, just like this. I'll make sure that they're coated really good. So like I said, I don't know how many I can get in here, but I'm going to try to shoot for all of them. So some of them might not be covered enough with the barbecue sauce, but that's okay because I'm going to be adding more on top here in a little bit. So, okay. So I've got 3 more, and I'm just, like I said, I'm just lathering them in here. Okay, last one. Okay. So, you guys see how this looks right now. So, let's bend you guys down just a little bit more so you guys can see. Okay, so, after you get it looking like this, you want to take some more barbecue sauce. This is the bourbon and brown sugar one now. I was trying to use the same one, but I didn't have anymore, so I'm just having to work with what I got. Now with this one, you really don't need a whole lot, so you just want to pour it till the top is covered just a little bit. Okay, just like that. Okay. And then what I'm going to do is take my tongs, smear it on top of the chops like this. Shake off the excess. And then you don't have to do this, but I'm doing it because this is what I do with every time I make barbecue anything. I put just a little bit of brown sugar on top. Just enough to give it just a little bit more of a caramelization. So you just want to grab probably not even a whole handful, just probably that much, and then sprinkle it on there, just enough to give it a little more caramelization. So yeah, that is how this looks so far. Let me wash my flanges again, and then I will see you guys back when we get it into the sleeve of the crock pot. Okay, so this is what it looks like in the sleeve of the crock pot now. Now I'm just going to turn it on high for about 5 hours or 6 hours, but you also want to cook it depending on your crock pot or whatever. You can either cook it on low for 4 to 6 hours or on high for about 5 to 6 hours. I'm going to do it probably until, okay, it's almost 12 o'clock now, so I'm going to probably do it to about 4, and I will see you guys back. So I really don't know on exactly how long to let these cook. I just don't want it to let it burn. So I'm actually going to put it on low for about 6 hours. That's what I'm going to do. So I will see you guys back in about 6 hours with how it turned out and whatever I made with it. So I'll see you guys then. Okay, so now it is currently 3:05 in the afternoon, and you guys know I've had these on since 11:30 this morning. So now let's take a look at them. Ooh, they're looking good. Look at that. So yeah, these are pretty much almost done. I'm just stirring them up and starting to make the size that I want with it. So I will see you guys back here in just a second. Okay, so now my chops are done. As you guys can see right here, that they are absolutely done and almost falling apart. So now I'm going to turn them on warm, and then I'm just going to let them sit here. So I got some water on for some macaroni, so I will see you guys back here in just a minute. Okay, so now my pork chops are completely done. I'm just taking one out for the kids. So, and then getting another one for the kids. So I'm going to go ahead and plate theirs, and then I'll see you guys back in a minute. Okay, so I've already got the kids' plate made. So this is what else we are having. And now, show you guys how to do this. There's that. Then so there you guys go.